I always forget the pronunciation of the winged flap dinosaurs.
Have you
It's like
had a chance to watch the footage, Jerry?
Yeah, I did, Muldoon.
What do you think? Have you seen anything like this before?
Not with the Dilos, no. What exactly did the foreman say to you he saw?
He said it spat at Manuel.
And Manuel was on the retaining wall?
Dilophosaurus.
Yes, we're talking some 50 feet
I think
up,
that's what they're
Jerry.
called.
Wow.
He said it spat something, hitting Manuel in the face. The man begins screaming, complaining he can't see. He said he stumbled blindly towards the barrier and fell over the wall into the enclosure.
Yikes, that's crazy.
He survives the fall, tries to stand, starts shaking, and then the foreman described him as not moving. I sounded the horns. You know more than anyone how the Dilos are pretty responsive to the horns. And Arnold told me all of them are in the holding pen now.
Where are they taking Manuel?
Probably Bahia and Nasco.
Okay. Where are you now?
I'm heading to the holding pen to see what I can find out, Jerry.
Yeah,
To the rear of the river
they
cruise
spit
is the
acid into his
Dilophosaurus
eyes, essentially.
holding pen. This pen is used to round the animals.
not really
Jerry
spit
Harding
acid, but
accidentally discovered
equivalent.
that the Dilos are particularly responsive to the sound of horns. So horn recordings are blasted from speakers around the Dilo paddock that help herd the animals into this holding pen. The pen is deliberately maintained several degrees cooler and at a lower light level than the surrounding paddocks because the Dilophosaurs carry a known
Dilophosaur.
genetic skin disorder, which leaves their skin unusually susceptible to ultraviolet exposure. Prolonged sunlight results in rapid sunburn, blistering, and possible secondary infection. For that reason, shade is paramount in their enclosure. You'll notice that within their enclosure is dense canopy cover. Artificial and controlled lighting cycles limiting UV exposure. The cooler, darker environment keeps the animals calmer, reduces pacing, and prevents visible skin damage. It's quite a small area, and there are 7 animals in here. The Dilophosaurs are painfully shy dinosaurs. InGen made 2 batches of them, and Henry Wu was quick to jump on the idea of having the most up-to-date recreations, and began work on sequencing the genome of Dilophosaurus sinensis, the newer of the Dilo species, fossils of which having been excavated as recently as the 80s. This species is smaller, and there's 4 of them in here. Hammond saw the 4 adults Henry had recreated and wasn't too impressed. He insisted Henry genetically engineer the Dilophosaurus weatherilli, the larger of the 2. 3 of them were cloned, and both species live in this same enclosure here.
Oh,
at
lovely.
Jurassic
Because I'm
Park
sure
without
that's not going to
issue.
cause any issues.
I want to show
It's
both
also
species if
paralytic.
possible.
Ooh,
Both
that's
are
right. It is
nocturnal,
paralytic.
so
You're
it's
absolutely
very
correct on
likely
that.
they are sleeping at the moment. Here we go. This is Dilo sinensis, the smaller species. These guys are less prone to the sunburn skin issue, yet I have witnessed peeling between the crests if they're out of the shade for prolonged periods of time.
For a
These
long
guys
sun
grow to
contact.
about 4 foot tall
I'll stop.
and are mostly timid, yet they start to become curious about you pretty quickly if you hang about them for a bit. However, they tend to be pretty quiet most of the time. Sorry, girl. Back to sleep.
Yeah, why are you rooting her booty sleep? Get away from her. Oh, never mind. Guess beauty rest is over. Oh, that sound. They're chirping.
Hear that? If you didn't know there were Dilophosaurs here, you'd be forgiven in thinking that what you're hearing is the hooting of an owl. But it's no owl. That's the call of Dilophosaurus weatherilli. They actually creep me out. Like I said, they're the larger of the 2 species, but they're actually quite attentive to people. I would say the closest thing to them would probably be Australia's cassowary. But they are quite remarkable animals.
They do look
tend
like
to
cassowaries.
deeply focus on their
They really
handlers
do.
and study them closely. and they have what I believe to be a very haunting characteristic, and I want to document such. She's right there. If I can just get her to step out.
Oh, I see movement. See movement in the shadow. Oh, I see it. Ew, don't get closer. Don't get closer. It's gonna spit on you. See the snout. Look at the snout. It's right there. Ooh, I don't like this. Look at you. You're so pretty from afar. So nice. Oh.
Shit!
Hey, Jesus Christ!
This is why they creep me out. See this behavioral display? They seem to size up their opponent in an attempt to intimidate equally sized threats. As you can see, this girl is quite a bit larger than the sinensis species, the green ones. She stands at about 8 foot tall, which already gives a cassowary a run for its money.
Absolutely
This
not.
display would make anyone fear for their lives. The first time I encountered this animal was on orientation to the park, and it was nighttime. This thing nearly made me fire an entire round into my pants with that creepy sway and hooting it does. But it's absolutely
Very graphic
a
there,
beautiful
Robert.
animal with that jaguar-like hide and those red crests atop its head. That's a chopper coming to collect Manuel from the Dilo enclosure. I'm waiting for them to airlift him out, and then I want to enter while these girls are still in here. But by the looks of it, it'll be evening before Regis makes the call to allow any of us to re-enter the enclosure. He's the park's PR person, and what that means here is he needs to make sure any accident is promptly contained and no one asks questions.
Alright. I don't like how she's looking at me. God, she's so big!
I'm now in the Dilophosaur enclosure proper. This habitat is currently part of 2 major rides at the park, the electric vehicle tour and the Jungle River Cruise.
Alright.
The back end of this paddock
Jungle
leads
River
up
Cruise
to
sounds
the
fun.
retaining wall that poor Manuel fell off. I've become so curious to see something that I thought I saw when I first peered down off the wall, and then later thought I spotted in the footage. Here's the retaining wall. And here's where Manuel landed. The poor soul's helmet is still in the water. And this is the interesting part that I wanted to take note of.
The sludge.
This black substance pooling around the helmet.
Okay, the sludge.
Let me take a closer look.
Interesting.
On the water here, I don't like thick, black, almost tar-like, not natural runoff, not oil. It's,
Why are you touching it with your
viscous.
fingers?
Doesn't smell like anything I recognize.
Are you sure it isn't decomposed plant matter or resin? That enclosure's humid, plenty of biological breakdown. Don't touch your face, whatever you do. Does it feel warm? Any reaction on your skin?
Negative on the heat. It's cold, actually. But
You
it's
shouldn't
not
be touching
sap.
it at
Sap
all.
doesn't coat like
You
this.
should be
It's not
using
like
it.
honey.
You should be like getting a test tube of this.
Aren't known to excrete anything like that. Are there injuries on the Dilos? Any signs of illness?
That's the troubling part. I checked them after we herded them into the holding pen. Clean, alert, no visible trauma, no lethargy. Yet this substance is on some of the railings atop the wall Manuel fell from. I can easily understand slipping on something like this.
You're implying some kind of defensive secretion, Muldoon.
I'm moving in deeper, Jerry. I'll sweep the perimeter first, then work inward. If there's more of that substance, it won't all be on bare rock.
Proceed slowly. Dense vegetation traps residue. Anything expelled with force will settle low once gravity takes over. Watch for patterns, not just accumulation. Smears and streaks, pooling at the base of stems. That's where behavior leaves its fingerprints.
Water's cloudy here. Silt and organic matter, but nothing stands out yet. No sheen on the surface, no discoloration. If this were waste runoff, I'd expect a gradient. There's nothing consistent.
That's why the lower vegetation matters, Robert. Fecal waste follows predictable patterns. It breaks down quickly.
Yeah, but they
in
should be
water,
able to see
disperses
that he
evenly,
clearly got hit in the
clings
eyes.
loosely to plant matter. You'd see diffuse staining, microbial bloom, a smell, ammonia, sulfur compounds. It certainly wouldn't appear elevated unless carried by flood surge, and the jungle river hasn't flooded to that scale.
So if it's concentrated under the brush,
Then it suggests deposition, not runoff.
I'm checking the bases now. Nothing, just rot, mud, and insect life. Normal decay. If this substance was here recently, it's not widespread. Whatever happened, it happened in a narrow corridor.
That narrows the event window. It means the worker didn't stumble into a contaminated area by chance. He intersected it. And if there's no residue beneath the vegetation elsewhere, then this isn't a chronic biological byproduct. It's episodic.
I don't like episodic animals, Jerry. Especially ones we think we understand.
Yeah,
And
clearly
coming
you
up
don't
empty so
understand.
far, no pooled residue in the low spots. Either it was cleaned by the rain or it was never meant to linger.
Or it was precise. Used once.
Mark my words, Jerry, there's more to the Dilos than we know. I've reached dry
I
ground
guarantee
now,
you they
no
have not
standing
actually
water. If
thoroughly
that black substance
examined
was carried by
the
runoff,
video of the
it
guy
should
literally
thin out
covering
here.
his face saying,
Need to examine
ow,
the
this
cellular
burns.
architecture under light microscopy.
Here's my thing, is that if they're taking Manuel to the hospital to get him checked out, there has to be remaining residue on his face still, unless the water literally washed it away and it's sitting in that pool with his helmet. They should be able to gather more information with his hospitalization and be able to find maybe any other residue probably on his jumpsuit. So, logic.
If it's fecal in origin, you'll see fragmented plant cells, microbial colonies. If it's secreted tissue, you'll find organized structures, glandular cells, protein matrices.
So you're looking for intent again, design versus waste.
Precisely. If it's a bodily secretion or there's an enzymatic agent involved, histology will show proteins, crystallized enzymes, or storage vesicles.
Let me run something by you, Jerry.
Sure.
Is it possible that this substance is a kind of venom?
Oh,
Picture it like this. That substance behaving like a hunting aid. If it can be expelled accurately, it explains the splatter height and why a man lost his footing so fast. A blinding or incapacitating agent meant to immobilize a prey item without a prolonged struggle.
venom as a projectile.
Yes.
Yeah, projectile
spitting cobra
venom.
style.
There you
That
go.
would require specialized anatomy, not something that appears accidentally. Fossil records never suggested it. But I will admit our animals are already diverged from expectation.
We sedate one and conduct exploratory surgery. Check the maxilla, the jawline, the neck. If there are glands, ducts, anything resembling a storage structure, people are getting
This is
hurt
something they should have
because we're
done the
assuming
moment
limits that
they
may not
cloned the
exist.
damn thing.
Muldoon, you know John would kick up a stink about putting one under the knife for the sake of exploration.
True, but let's say he's on board and we confirm anything even close to the idea of these animals being venomous. Containment protocols must change immediately. The river cruise cannot stay as it is. Open boats filled with people. If these animals can project something outward, distance and shielding become mandatory.
Oh, gee, compies.
Muldoon?
Yeah, Jerry, compies.
The cleanup crew
God
over there.
damn, I hate
Feeding on
compies.
something, Jerry. Looks like hatchling birds. And Jerry, there's that same black substance.
Small prey wouldn't require physical restraint. This aligns far more with envenomation than blunt force predation.
If the Dilophosaurs did this, they didn't need to chase or climb. They let this substance do the work.
Venom used on prey implies a deliberate targeting behavior, enough to kill birds, possibly enough to paralyze a man.
That means we're done pretending this is theoretical. Birds today, workers tomorrow, guests after that if we're careless. This confirms it for me. These animals are hunting, with more than teeth and claws, and the park is not designed for predators that hunt from a distance.
And watch yourself around the compies. Don't let them nip you.
This is
Little
one
ankle
of
biter.
7 lookout
I
points
hate
along
them.
the
I hate
length
them
of
so
the
much.
Jungle River throughout the park. This one peers into the Dilophosaur enclosure specifically, but the others look out onto Sauropod Swamp to see the Apatosaurs and Hadrosaurs, etc., with the river eventually winding through the aviary. Still far from completion, but the general idea is guests can join the river cruise at any one of these 7 entry points, board a raft, and sail past several enclosures to get that up-close and personal experience that Hammond wants for all his guests. There's still a boarding ramp and jetty and things to add here, with the date of completion being somewhere before the end of next year. Yet regarding the Dilo specifically,
Yeah,
Hammond
that's
definitely won't be
yeah,
thrilled
you're gonna
about
need some
the idea
shielding
of
there,
having
bud.
large segments of this ride change so drastically. He's always said that he doesn't want his guests to feel like they are watching animals in a zoo. Getting them close to the animals is something he won't budge on. He always says everyone in the world has a right to enjoy these animals. Enjoy
Yeah,
being the key
that's
word,
a
just view
not
them,
intelligent
but enjoy
individual
them.
there.
But with safety in mind, either some sort of glass barricade needs to be erected alongside the electric fences to prevent the Dilophosaurs from shooting guests in the face with what is potentially venom, or the rafts used on the Jungle River ride need to be enclosed. Both options call for divorcing the park visitor from the attraction, and if I know Hammond, which I do very well, he won't want to explore either option. I've got some movement in there. One of the Dilos might be taking a swim, which is rare. They can swim, but all the workers here have never spotted one actually
bless
crossing
me.
water. So this might be a first. No way.
Wait, what was that? What was that? What was it? What was it?
No way.
Is that a raptor? Is that a raptor? Are the raptors swimming? Are they swimming in the water? That looked like a raptor. It looked like a raptor. The raptors are swimming.